Hey, this is Thomas from okitsnotenough.com, your coach helping you become the best version of yourself and to get the most out of life. And in this video, I will walk you through all the goals that I've set for myself for 2019. So 2019 is here. We are a little bit through January, and I hope that it has started really well for you. And as you know, guys, my goal and my mission here is to help you create more exciting, more fulfilling life, to become the best version of yourself. And there's no better way, I would probably almost say there's no other way than achieving that than by planning for it, by setting goals and pursue them, and throughout that pursuit become better, more knowledgeable, more skillful. And so every year I set for myself a long list of goals that I want to accomplish that year. And if you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I'm sharing them on my website. Every month I update them so you guys can see what progress I'm making. Now, there are a few reasons why I do that. So first of all, I want to show you guys how I set my goals, how I categorize my goals, how I phrase these goals, because I want to give you a little bit of guidance in how you can set your own goals. I also want to share with you, some of the goals are quite ambitious, and with some of them I do really well, I even overachieve. With some of them I fall short a little bit. Nonetheless, I want to inspire you guys to maybe set a little bit more ambitious goals for yourself and be a little bit more serious and committed in pursuing these goals. The second reason is that, me sharing my goals on my website provides enormous push and enormous level of accountability, because when I update my goals, I always share it through my mailing list, through my social media, through all these channels. And altogether, it probably accounts for over 50,000 people that I share that with. And that provides enormous level of accountability, because me as a coach, I want to show you that I walk my talk. I push with these goals. I try to stretch my own capabilities, overcome my own fears and challenges. And by doing it publicly, in those moments where I feel the resistance, where I sometimes feel the fear, it gives me so much encouragement and so much push, and through this accountability, that I know by sharing these goals with you guys and having that accountability, I accomplish more than I would if I didn't tell anyone about those goals. So I thank you guys for that, that maybe without knowing you giving me all the encouragement and providing all the accountability. But with that said, maybe there's something in it for you that you could use with your own goals. You don't have to share it publicly on Facebook and LinkedIn, on Instagram and so on, but maybe you can tell someone that you trust, someone whose opinion of you value, because having that accountability, having someone knowing, someone whose opinion of us we value and appreciate, having that person knowing that we said that we will accomplish something, it will help us over those humps, over that resistance, or through those fears when we have to go beyond our own perceived capabilities. And so maybe that's something you can apply as well. So I hope that me sharing my goals with you guys is as helpful and inspiring to you as it is for me. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll share with you all the goals that I've set for myself for 2019. I have them here on my iPad. And I'll give you a little bit of insight and explanation into why I set those goals, why these goals are important to me, what I'm trying to accomplish through them, and also maybe what challenges or obstacles I'm anticipating on the way. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I group my goals into certain categories like business, profile, personal development, health and fitness, relationships, and so on. So I will go through these individual categories and read all the goals in them. And let's start with the business category. So the first goal is I will easily create video follow-up to my lifestyle scorecard by March 31st. So the lifestyle scorecard is an assessment that you can take on my website, and when you answer a bunch of questions, it takes about 10 minutes. It gives you a report and shows you visually and how well you're doing in these individual areas of life, and give you some suggestions and tips of what you could do to improve them. Now, I want to create a follow-up that will give people who have taken the scorecard even more insight, even more suggestions. I want to give even more value. And it's just something that I do. I want to make my tools and what I put out there even more valuable. Something that I planned to do last year, but I didn't manage to do that, so the goal got carried over to 2019. The next goal, these are actually two goals in one of a similar nature. I will easily hire an SEO expert by January 31st, and I will easily hire a developer by January 31st. So the reason for those goals are that, last year in 2018, I have hired a virtual assistant to help me with certain tasks, just to take a little bit of that work off my shoulders. And even though I was quite resistant to the idea initially, I actually realized that other people can do some of the work even better than I can, and it saves me a lot of time and potentially money. So my website, even though I build it pretty much myself and I've been maintaining it myself, it requires every now and then some changes and some maintenance. And even though I know how to do most of things, and even if I don't know, I'm quite curious and crafty, and I love to learn new things, I could find out how to do it, but it would just take a lot of time, and time is very precious. So I decided to hire sort of a technician or web developer who will be, I'll be delegating some of that work to. Same with the SEO. SEO is important for building your organic reach, organic visibility with your website. So again, I could learn how to do it and I could do it myself, but why would I? Because there are people, there are experts who can do it way better than I can, way faster than I can. It will save me a lot of time to delegate that work to them. And, at the end of that all, it will actually, even though I pay for that, it will save me a lot of money, because I value my time very highly, and I could probably put my time into better use than learning how to do SEO or learning how to code and things like that. The next goal is I will easily grow my mailing list to 3,000 subscribers by December 31st. So that's a pretty ambitious goal based on my experience from 2018. Because of GDPR, General Data Protection, it became more complicated to get people subscribed and for a long run to your mailing list. However, I thought, what the heck, let's set an ambitious goal, let's aim a little higher. So I'm reaching for 3,000, even though in 2018 I actually grew my mailing list by about, if I remember correctly, 600 or 700 subscribers, which is okay, but hey, okay is not enough. Next goal is I will easily complete a copywriting course by December 31st. So the reason for that is because a lot of my content is in a written form, whether it's articles, whether it's a copy of my website, whether it's the emails or social media, it's very important to do it correctly. And even though I know a fair bit of about marketing and marketing language, there's always a way to improve. So when I'm doing something, I want to make sure that I'm doing it properly. And so I decided to find a good copywriting course, complete it, and improve my writing skills even more. So these were the goals in a business category. The next category is coaching, which means goals directly related to coaching skills, or my coaching practice. So the first goal is I will easily run 500 coaching sessions by December 31st. From my experience, 500 sessions is a very, very healthy number that will keep my business running well. It's also important not to get overwhelmed. I can probably run, a fair bit more of coaching sessions in a year, but then I would end up just coaching, and balance is important. So from my experience, 500 is a very healthy number. Next goal is I'll easily have 150 initial consultations by December 31st. So the initial consultation is a process where when someone wants to become a client or is interested in coaching, before we shake hands and agree on working together, we go through the process of, I call it discovery session, where I want to meet them, whether virtually or in person. I want to understand who they are, what do they need from coaching, what their goals are, what their challenges are, so I can decide and assess whether they would be the right client for me. But I also want them to get a feel of who I am, how I work, how I coach, and decide whether I would be the right coach for them. So I had this goal 150 last year. I've reached that goal. Again, I know from my experience it's a doable goal. It's a healthy number, and with the conversion ratio, because not everyone will become a client, I know that running 150 discovery sessions will ensure that I will create enough clients for my business. The next goal is I will easily work with 40 inspiring clients by December 31st. So one thing I want to point out is that is the word inspiring. I'm in a lucky or privileged position now with my business that I can be fairly picky about who I work with. And because I spend so much time with my clients, 500 sessions, time an hour and a half, sometimes more than that, that's a lot of hours. So I want to make sure that the people that I work with, they're the right people for me. That I'm inspired by who they are as a person, by their goals, maybe what they've been through. I need to look forward to working with them, and I would want them to obviously feel the same way. I want them to be inspired by who I am, by the idea of working together, and so on. And so 40 clients is again, it was the same goal that I had last year. It's a healthy number for me. It's enough to keep me busy, but it's not too much to kind of take over my life. Another goal is I will easily run at least one live case study by December 31st. So this is a completely new goal, and it started just as an idea, and I still need to figure out exactly how I'm going to go about it, but let me share this with you. I think it would be pretty amazing. The same way I share my progress on my website, I want to offer, I'll start with one person, to someone new that I will start working with. Under some incentive, I don't know what it's going to be yet, whether it's going to be actually providing the coaching with a discount, or perhaps people will pay for that, and if they pay for the coaching, if they achieve everything that we agree on, there will be some sort of refunds. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like, but the key of the idea is that they will be sharing their progress on a dedicated page on my website. So it basically will be like it will be a live case study where if you decided to see how the person is going, how coaching is working for them, what they're struggling with, what they're accomplishing, it will be almost like a diary of the person, of them working with me and them accomplishing their goals, or working on accomplishing their goals. Because I want to show people that coaching works. If you put yourself into it, coaching works, and people can accomplish amazing things when they apply themselves, when they commit themselves to improving their life and improving themselves. So that's the idea of the live case study. Still in its infancy, but I'm really excited about actually making it happen. Another goal is I will easily reflect on my coaching sessions 200 times. Again, it's a new goal, What I mean by reflection on my coaching sessions, it will mean me sitting down with a pen and paper and going through what happened in a session, how well I coached the client, what I could have done better. Basically, the process of the reflection is to analyze and evaluate how well I've done in the session, could I've done better, and the purpose of that is to help me improve as a coach, as a mentor, as the person that is working with my clients, because the better I am, the better results I can provide, a better coaching I can provide to my clients. And at the end of the day, the success of my clients is what that makes me successful. So I want to get better. That's the whole point. 200 reflections. It should be doable. It's almost every other session. And I've already started doing that, and I love that. So these were the goals for coaching. Now the next category is profile. The profile category means these are goals that are designed to help me elevate my profile, my visibility, my credibility, because that's what my business is partially based on, because I'm one-man band and I want to be perceived in the right way, and I need to communicate that correctly. So the first goal is I will easily reach 30,000 followers on Instagram by December 31st. I've grown amazingly fast, my Instagram, last year. I went from somewhere around 2,000 followers to 14 or 13,000 followers in 2018, which is great, and it keeps growing. I really put myself into it. I'm sharing content every day. I'm doing stories. By the way, if you're not on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, I recommend that you do so, because I also share kind of the backstage of a life of a life coach. So the goal is 30,000. I think it's totally doable. And I'm pretty confident I'll achieve that. Next goal is I'll easily reach 20,000 followers on LinkedIn by December 31st. So I'm currently on 16,000 or so. I've grown a lot. I think I've grown in 2018 by, I think nearly 7,000 or so. Can't remember now. So I think it's totally doable. I'm focusing a lot more on quality of the connections rather than just quantity, randomly adding people. I want to make sure that I connect with the right people that are valuable as connection, that would be a great, potentially great partnership, or that could become clients. Next goal is I'll easily reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers by December 31st. So there's another goal that is linked to it, but I want to be much more prolific on YouTube. It's completely new platform for me. I've released a handful of videos in 2018, but I want to be on YouTube a lot more, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google. So enormous amount of people are searching for answers and guidance, and because I got so much to offer, so much to share, I want to be putting content out there a lot more. Content so good that people will want to watch more, and hence it will lead to subscribers. It may seem like a moderate goal, 1,000 subscribers, but at the moment I have, I think 15. So if I can achieve 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, that would be amazing. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, click the little button somewhere on your right, and I would really, really appreciate that. You can help me with that goal. Next goal, I will easily be featured on 5 podcasts by December 31st. Last year was amazing. I just set a goal to be featured on 3 podcasts, and without making any effort, I actually ended up being on, I think, 7 podcasts and some magazines and things like that, which was absolutely amazing. So this year I set the goal to 5. I will be more proactive. I want to select some of the podcasts that I want to be on. And again, it helps with the visibility. I got a lot to share. I got, my personal story. People say it's quite inspiring. So I want to share that with people. I want to be more out there. Plus, I really love being on podcasts. It feels like being on radio. If I had more time, I would start my own podcast, but I don't want, it's already a lot on my plate, so I don't want to be adding another goal, but maybe it will become one. Next goal is I will easily be featured in a magazine by December 31st. Again, it's great sort of PR goal that being featured in some, good magazine will help my visibility, will help the profile. If you're yourself in some business, think about setting some goals for yourself like this that will help you, be more visible, raise your credibility, raise your profile, because it's definitely worth working on. Next goal, I will easily write my book by July 31st. Big goal. I started writing my book last year. I've written about 35,000 words, which is about 85% of the book. But I realized that it didn't have the right tone. It wasn't written in the right form. So I decided to rewrite it. I haven't started yet. I think a lot of the content I will be able to repurpose or use again. But the tone of the book needs to change. So having a book is, as an idea, I get really pumped by just thinking about it. Going to a bookstore and seeing a book on a bookshelf. I don't want to go into my story, but knowing where I came from, accomplishing something like that is really thrilling. And I know that I will be very proud, and my parents will be very proud as well. So it's definitely something I want to do. Plus, having a book is a great way to share your ideas, a great way to inspire people. It's a great way to let someone to get to know what you work on or what your business is and how you can help people. Because you can have thousands of books out there in bookstores and thousands of people can read them. How amazing marketing is that? And my business mentor says that a book is the best business card you can give someone. So that's the goal. Next goal is I'll easily publish my book by September 30th. So again, I need to write the book, then the next step will be publishing. There are a lot of different steps to it. There's editing and second edits and cover design and actually proofreading and getting the book published. It's quite expensive as well. It's cost several £1,000s to go through the whole process. So yeah, first I need to write the book, then I need to be in a place where this is something I can commit to, but definitely want to do it. So the goal is to get it done by September 30th. One more goal in the profile category is I will easily speak on stage at least 6 times. Speaking on stage, if you haven't done public speaking, it's an extraordinary experience. It's really thrilling, it's scary, and it's something that I was dreaming about doing years back before I started coaching. And starting my business, I have done lots of little workshops, seminars and so on, nearly 100. And then I've done bigger stages for around 100 people, and I actually now speak quite regularly as a mentor for certain companies and so on. So my goal is to just keep utilizing that skill and the ability to actually stand in front of people and being engaging and having valuable content to share. So my goal is to speak at least 6 times in 2019 on the stage for a decent crowd. Because my business is not necessarily built on public speaking, so I'm not setting the goal too high, like 3 times a month, for example. But there were times in the past when I started coaching where I was running a workshop every single week for 2 years. I've done nearly 80 or 90 workshops in 2 years almost without a fail, except some holidays and things like that. I was running a workshop every week and really helped me build speaking skills and also just with confidence in general. The next category of my goals is value. So it's a new category. I didn't have this one last year, but what that means is the goals are related to me just sharing with you guys, sharing value and knowledge that I have, and just giving back to the world. And the first goal is I will easily record 52 video blogs and publish them on YouTube. Massive goal, big stretch. Being in front of camera is not something I'm used to. I had to learn a lot about using the camera, the setup, lights and all the stuff. But it's a really exciting goal. I'm looking forward to see where I'm going to be in a year after those 52 video blogs, because I know that I will inevitably improve in my, in front of camera skills, in my speaking skills, in the setup, in the quality of the content. It's actually a great mindset to have, and I highly encourage you guys to embrace that mindset of setting a goal of doing certain activities, certain number of times, where you don't question the goal throughout the process. You just work on improving it, getting better, and just getting through it. Because when you do that, you'll become so much better at the end of the completing all those tasks. I've done that with many of my clients when it comes to just putting yourself out there with your business, whether it's live Instagrams and things like that. Also in front of camera skills, because people are camera shy, and it's not natural thing to do, and we just need to get used to it. We need to get a little bit numb to that fear and actually realize that, hold on, it's actually not that scary. So for me, first goal is to create 52 video blogs. Most of them will not be as long as this one. It will be more focused on specific topic, so they will be way easier to create for me than this, which will be probably maybe an hour-long video. Scary goal, but super exciting. Another goal will be I'll easily publish 52 articles by December 31st. So many of the videos will be repurposed into an article content, because some people prefer to read, some people prefer to watch the videos. So that shouldn't be a problem, although 52 is a big stretch, because I had a goal of 24 last year and I fell short by 2, I believe. So 52 is a big stretch, but hey, if I want to be sharing value, then I need to really lean into it and get serious. Another goal, super exciting, I'll easily launch my Unshakable Self-Discipline program by December 31st. So let me explain this goal a little bit. I've been coaching for 5 years now, and I've been in personal development for about over 10 years. I've accomplished a lot. I've worked on myself so much, and I've changed as a person for better, for so much better. And the reason why all that happens is because I've developed self-discipline of sticking to something, doing things that I know are good for me, I know are important for me, I know will help me create the results that I want, but things that I don't feel like doing. And this is where the art or the skill of self-discipline, which doesn't always mean just a willpower and just pushing through it. JFDI, as people say, just fucking do it. It's not always there. There are many elements to self-discipline where you can make yourself actually want to do these things. I'm super excited to work hard. For example, some people, they have to use so much willpower to work hard. And so throughout my coaching experience, working with 300 plus clients or so, I can see that one of the fundamental problems that people have is being able to discipline themselves to follow up on their commitments, to do the task and things that they need to do to become better, to change their life. And because not everyone is in a position to work with me one-on-one, I want to create more affordable group coaching program that would be online, where I put together all that knowledge, or analyze, how do I become more, how did I become more disciplined? How do other people become more disciplined? I've read a lot of things, I really self-analyzed that process and that skill, and I put it together into a structure and a program, into form that is easily digestible. People can just follow the structure and follow the program, and they will learn the skill of being more self-disciplined. It will take some time for them to really embrace it and get it under their skin, but I want to help people become more successful, more accomplished, more proud of who they are. And without self-discipline, it's just not possible for them to accomplish. So I will be launching that program soon, in the next couple of months, ideally in February. I want to make it affordable to people. I want to make it kind of impact, sweet, easy to follow, practical, no woo-woo stuff, like a practical skill. It's like a mental gym that is, fun, that's exciting, and it's easy to follow. So that's the goal. It's a big one for me this year. It will take a lot of new skills I will need to learn. I've already put in so many hours and so much work to just analyze and create a structure for the program. So if you struggle with self-discipline, then stay tuned, because I will soon start marketing it, and I will soon start letting you guys know how you can join and how you can be part of the program. The next goal is I will easily launch my How to Stop Caring What People Think of You program. Similar kind of thing, similar program. It's still an idea, but again, the fear of judgment, fear of what other people think of us is so paralyzing to so many people that I'm just finding it, again, fundamental for people to work on, because it's just in their head. Most people don't care, right? And I want to help people be more free and be more authentic and just follow their passions and do what they want to do in life, and not being paralyzed and caged by the fear of what some people that they may not even know think of them. Next goal is I'll easily raise £5,000 for Children with Cancer charity. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm running a London Marathon, and I'm running it for charity, Children with Cancer. And they were kind enough to give me one of their spaces, and I want to just give back and raise money to this great cause, because it's a tragedy when illness like this strikes anyone, let alone children. So my business, or my why, what I do, is to help people create the life that they want. And I work with adults, people usually from their 20s onwards. And it's so amazing to see someone taking control of their life and being authentic and pursuing their dreams and pursuing their goals and accomplishing those little steps and milestones and being so excited and just making the most out of life, because life can be so amazing. And it's such a tragedy that someone doesn't even get a chance to grow up and become an adult and be in charge of their own lives. So when children get cancer, when anyone gets cancer, it's awful. Everyone should get a chance to create the life that they want. And also the people who are also affected by the parents and the people around the child, it takes a toll on them. It's a massive emotional stress and pressure. Even if things go well, even if things, when the children or the child recovers. So I know that me raising £5,000 or more, ideally, will help, pay for some of the equipment, pay for some of their care. And so if I can help someone recover faster, then hey, I'm happy. I'm so happy to run the marathon and do all the trainings and just put all the effort in because it's a great cause. With that said, I would massively, massively appreciate if you could support me in that. And just click on that little banner there in the article, and hey, anything you can do. I'm sure that you're in a position that you can at least donate £1 or £5 or £10. I was thinking, I got 50,000 people in my network. If 1% of them donates, £10, then I got 5,000. So I think 1% of you guys could spare £10 and support me on this journey. Next goals is health and fitness. The first goal is I'll easily complete 23andMe DNA genetic testing and analysis by December 31st. We have all these opportunities now to take all these tests and learn about our body and about our ancestry and all these amazing information. So I want to take the test, and the reason why it's a goal, even though it's not a massive goal, there's nothing too complicated about it. It's been on my mind for a long time, and I haven't done that. So I thought, what the heck? I know if I commit to it in this public way, I will definitely get it done. And the reason why I want to do this test is because I want to learn about my body. I want to learn if I have predispositions to something. I want to learn about my ancestry. I want to learn about how my body may react to certain food groups, or if I need to avoid certain things, if I have tendencies to certain addictions and things like that. The next goal is I'll easily complete a food intolerance test. In 2018, I became much more interested in eating well, in food as source of nutrition, and I'm looking at food slightly differently. So I want to take it up a notch a little bit, and not just learning about the food, but I want to learn about what is it for me specifically that my body may have some intolerance to, or I may be allergic to something, whether it causes indigestions or it can have all kinds of effects. Like I have headaches fairly frequently, probably I would say once a week. There are certain foods that I suspect may be triggering the headache. I'm very, very much water dependent. I know that if I don't drink with certain foods, strangely it triggers headache or a migraine. So I want to, again, understand my body even more, and I want to do this test. Next goal is I will easily complete 24 fasts or green days, which is only raw fruit and vegetable, in 24 hours by December 31st. So I've completed, I believe, 22 in 2018. So it's either 24-hour fast, means that for 24 hours I don't eat any food, I can just drink water or green tea. Or I have alternative of eating moderate amount of either raw fruit or vegetable. The reason for this is I know that, especially the fast, it just cleanses your body. On that day I sleep better. It's great for weight loss as well. It's good to give your organs a little rest from digesting and everything. Kind of flush the system a little bit. So that's the reason for that. Next goal, I will easily be at 16% body fat. So last year I set a goal of being a certain weight. And as I was going through the year and exercising more and eating better, I wasn't losing any weight. I could have pushed it harder, definitely, but what was happening, I was actually getting fitter. But what happened there was that I was losing body fat, but I was also gaining some muscles. And muscles are about 3 times as heavy as fat. So I realized that actual weight is not a great measurement of fitness. So that's why this year I set a goal in terms of body fat. At the moment, I'm probably around 22%. So bit of a way to go. I definitely want to be leaner. I want to be lighter for the purpose of exercising, running the way I feel, the way I look. I didn't want to push it way too far, let's say down to 10 or 11 or 12%, because I'm not sure what it's going to look like. One thing is to be lean, and another thing is to look like, I've been starving for a year. So I want to find the right balance of, me feeling good and looking good, and feeling healthy. So at the moment it's set on 16%. It may change depending on, how I'm going to feel and how I'm going to look. Next goal is I will easily work out 200 times by December 31st. So I got into working out quite a bit in the second half of 2018. I don't necessarily like the gym workout, weights and things like that. I got into body weights workout, so I do body weights exercises, kind of HIIT workouts. I really do enjoy it. I got into running again, which is something that I really enjoy. And so 200 workouts shouldn't be a problem in the whole year. That's, so far I've been working out almost every day in some shape or form. But I know that if I'm working out 200 times in a year, it will have great impact on my fitness, on my weight, and will be necessary to reach that 16%. Next goal, I will easily run London Marathon in sub 4 hours by April 28th. So I'm running the London Marathon for a charity, Children with Cancer. I've never done that before. My longest run ever was in 2012, I think, which was 30K. I think that 4 hours is doable. I'll probably aim for a little faster, but again, because I haven't done it before, I don't have any experience with that, I want to set a reasonable goal. So I think, hey, accomplishing a marathon, which is something that I've been wanting to for years now. So many times I've been watching from a balcony the London Marathon, and I was thinking, oh, damn it, I missed the application again. This year I pushed my way and I got space for charity, which was amazing. And just completing marathon will be an extraordinary accomplishment for me, and definitely one thing on my bucket list. So I'm doing it sub 4 hours, which will put me in the 40% of top runners. That's pretty good, I think. Next goal, I will easily run 200 kilometers in 1 month by December 31st. So, the best I've done so far, I think, in 1 month has been like 150 kilometers. I love running. I love this long distance running. I have a secret goal one day, maybe to even run ultra marathon. So running 200 kilometers in 1 month, which is something that some people run in one go, which is extraordinary. But I should be able to accomplish that actually with all the London Marathon preparation that I'm doing. I think I will accomplish that goal faster than I thought, because I'm running nearly 5 times a week, and some of the distances quite long, so it's adding up. Next goal is I will easily run sub 20-minute 5K by December 31st. So I had this goal last year in 2018. I came very close. 20 minutes, 5 seconds, I believe, on treadmill. I pushed as hard as I could. I just couldn't. It's 5 seconds. I thought I would be able to just, finish it under, but it's pretty hard. Actually finishing 5 kilometers under 20 minutes, only 5% of all runners can do that. But I think with the weight loss and with the marathon training, I will become a much better runner. So I believe it's possible. Next goal, I will easily run sub 42 minutes 10K. Again, it's more of a speed run. 10 kilometers under 42 minutes. It's something that I've done in the past, quite a few years ago. So I believe I should be able to do it again. Ideally, at some point, I would love to run 10K under 40 minutes. But at this point, the goal is 42, or sub 42. Next goal, I will easily do 100 push-ups in one go by December 31st. Again, goal that I set last year. I only came to, I believe, was around 70. I thought I was going to be able to do that, but it wasn't. Actually, it was harder than I thought. But I want to get there. I think I have the strength in me, so it's something I want to build myself to. Another goal is I will easily do 20 pull-ups in one go. The best was 18 that I've done last year. Again, that goal was set for last year as well, so I'm just repeating that. And I think it's doable. I just need to stay consistent in the preparation, and as I'm going to get fitter and lighter, it should be doable. Another goal is I will easily do 10-minute plank. So at the moment, I'm pretty rubbish. I can do around 2 minutes, and 10 minutes seems like eternity. With that said, actually yesterday, I was told, a friend of mine, so somewhere here in Canary Wharf, a gym was promoting their classes, and they had plank challenge that anyone from the crowd could do. A plank challenge, and if the longer they could do it, they won certain prizes. And a friend of mine sent me a photo where there was some woman and she was planking for 32 minutes. So knowing that now, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm demotivated a little bit with my, how rubbish my 2 minutes are. But I'm also inspired. If someone can do 32 minutes, just like someone from the crowd, that's extraordinary. And I know that the world record is like in hours, which is crazy. So there's a goal, 10-minute plank. I think I can do it. We actually have a little challenge with my friends here. Next goal, I will easily continue with martial arts training. I started with kickboxing last year and boxing, love it. There's no way I'm going to stop unless, touch wood, there's no injury. So that goal shouldn't be a problem. And if you, especially for guys, but for women as well, martial arts is a great way to let out some of that steam. And as good as your life is, there may be some frustrations or and the adrenaline of kicking or punching. I really enjoy it. I really love it, and I'm totally in the zone, and it's something different. So if you feel that you have some, you're bottling up some anger or some frustration, go and check out some martial arts classes, and it's really a good way to work out and to burn some of that frustration or some of the energy. And the last goal from the fitness category is I'll easily take on swimming classes by December 31st. Something I've been thinking about for a long time. I'm a pretty good swimmer. I feel very confident in swimming. I think I could swim for quite a distance, but my technique is crap. I had a friend, he was a fantastic swimmer, and I was always really inspired. It didn't look like much. He was just gliding through the water, wasn't even moving too fast, but yet he was swimming really fast. So I want to become a more efficient or proficient swimmer. So that's what I want to do, just take on some swimming classes. Next category is personal development. So all the goals in this category are focused on me becoming better as a person, more centered, more knowledgeable, and so on. The first goal is I'll easily complete 365 meditations by December 31st. I love meditating. I love mindfulness. It's been very, very important on my journey, on my personal development. I'm running a business, so there's a lot to juggle, and just taking 10 minutes and disconnect from everything and just focus on you being centered and reconnect with your body and so on. It's really, really important. You don't have to, guys, if you're struggling with meditation, many people do the mistake that they try to meditate for an hour or 45 minutes or even half an hour. It's like trying to run a marathon when you've never ran before. So start with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and build up to 5 or 10 minutes. 10 minutes of meditating is great. For me, it's the perfect duration. What I also do and count as a meditation is mindfulness, which means being totally present in a moment when I do something. It may be, when you're washing dishes, maybe when you're ironing your shirt, maybe when you just walking outside, just being totally present. Maybe when you, holding your partner, just being totally present in the moment, not letting your mind to drift into the past memories, into the future and all this stuff, and thinking about shopping and other crap. It's about being in the moment, right? So for me, I want to do at least one of that, whether meditation or mindfulness, every single day. Next goal is I'll easily buy Muse mind and body meditation device. So I discovered that online. I watched some reviews and read about it, and it sounds amazing. What it does is it's like a headband, and it reads your brain activity. And there's a phone app that is related or connected to it, and there are different games or there are different charts, different functionality that through which you can better understand the processes that are happening, in your mind. Are you actually really meditating, or is your mind still too busy? So I want to understand a lot more about the effectiveness of my meditation. I want to become even better, and this is a little gadget. Plus, I love gadgets. It's a little device that will help me to become better at it. Next goal is I'll easily finish 24 books by December 31st. I had the same goal. I think I had 20 in 2018. I totally completed that. Reading is so important. People say, leaders are readers. Read books, guys. Instead of watching Netflix and YouTube and except my channel, watching TV and just doing stupid stuff, playing video games, read. Yes, I know it's not, as much fun as mindless entertainment, but you learn so much from books. It will open your mind. You will educate yourself. You learn, knowledge about the world. You can read books about personal development. I attribute massive chunk of my personal growth to reading books, because so much knowledge I've gained and applied and that helped me change my life was from books. When I started my personal development, YouTube was just starting. So books were the go-to source of information. So that's that. It shouldn't be a problem. 24 books, which also includes audiobooks. Next goal, I will easily read at least 2 books on mindfulness. So just to add to the importance of mindfulness, I want to educate myself on that more. So I want to read 2 books specifically on mindfulness. Next goal, I will eliminate 6 bad habits. So I'll combine 2 goals. One of them is I will easily eliminate 6 bad habits, and I'll easily exercise 6 new positive habits. We are creatures of habits. Majority of our behavior is habitual. These are all the little things that we do when the mind is on autopilot, because it's a very efficient way to function. Because if you had to consciously do everything and think through every move and every activity that you do, it would be so tiring. So what the brain does, because it's so clever, it creates those little programs, which are habits of us doing things certain way, which could be the way you shower, fold your clothes, what you eat for breakfast, or how you spend your time, how you react to people, what you think about, and all this stuff. All this stuff is habitual. So I want to become more mindful about those habits, and are they useful? Are they adding to, or are they accelerating my growth? Are they helping me become a better person? Or are they neutral or even detrimental to my growth and to how I do things? So I want to eliminate 6 of those bad habits, and I want to establish 6 new positive habits. Shouldn't be a problem, but again, I want to be more intentional about it, hence I set it as a goal. Next goal is I'll easily make 100 journal entries and reflections by December 31st. Very similar as I mentioned earlier on, reflecting on my coaching. I want to reflect on my days, on my life, and just journal. It's just such a good way to become, I would say, to understand yourself even more. And every time, the things that you deal with on an everyday basis, relationships with people, your emotions, your thoughts, when you write yourself through it, amazing things come up, things that are surprising, that you finish the sentence and you think, wow, holy cow, where is that coming from? Again, I highly encourage you to journal every day if you can for a little bit. Hey, if I can find time for that, you can find time for that. And the fact that I want to do it 100 times, I think should highlight the usefulness and importance of that. Next goal, I will easily spend at least 1 hour every Sunday planning and reflecting. I've been doing this for years now, that every Sunday I take a little bit of time, ideally between an hour and a half to an hour, where I just reflect on the past week and strategically plan for the coming week. Because, hey, in our life there's so many urgencies and so many things that look like they pretend they're super urgent and it looks like we need to deal with them, but we don't. There are also opportunities that we can take. And if we don't have anything better planned, we take these opportunities. But these opportunities may not be the best use of your time. So plan your days and plan your weeks and plan your months. Because to create the life that you want, to become the person that you want, it's a designed, dedicated process. And if you don't plan for it, it's not going to happen. So you don't have to, start taking care of everything or plan for everything in your life. Just maybe plan your afternoons or plan your morning time or plan how you do certain things at work. Start small and build on that. Last goal in this category is I will easily watch 50 TED Talks by December 31st. So this goal is, with all honesty, there are several reasons. One of them is to replace YouTube, because there are many channels that I follow and it's all useful, but it's so easy to get hooked on YouTube. And I don't watch TV as it is. And there are, I watch usually YouTube either when I have breakfast or when I have my lunch, just to, have something going on a little bit. And I caught myself sometimes to watch stuff that is not really helpful. Just to decompress my mind a little bit, I watched, even like fail videos. And I love watching my universe, stuff and documentaries and things like that. But I realized, if I'm watching something, let it be something that will open my mind a little bit, something that will inspire me, that will motivate me, that will move me even. So I decided to replace that with TED Talks. I've already started. So far it's been great. TED Talks are carefully selected people and ideas, and they're usually great speakers and the topics are fantastic. So it's well selected or curated, that's the word. Well curated content, and so far it's been great. The last category is relationships, and I have 2 goals there. And the category of relationships relates to the people in my life that are important, that I want to be in touch with and maintain or improve the relationships with them. And the first goal is I will easily be in contact with my family every month, because they live back home in Czech Republic, I live in London or travel, so we don't get to see each other very often, maybe once a year, if at all. So I want to maintain the communication between us, I want to maintain good relationships, so it's important to make a little bit of effort and being in touch with them every month. And the final goal is I will easily have a date night with my girlfriend at least twice a month. So, when you're with someone for a long time, we've been together for 5 years now, or 5.5, it's easy for things to kind of go, it falls into a routine. And what makes things, relationships great is, if you remember at the beginnings of your relationships, you do all these things and you go out and you treat each other and it's all amazing. And over time, this stuff goes away, or tends to. So this is a goal that we had for each other last year as well. Twice a month, we want to really get all done up and dress up and pick a nice restaurant and go there, and it's just about us, and we treat ourselves to a nice meal, because it just helps the relationship. So that's it, guys. That's the whole exhausting list of my goals for 2019. I hope that it has inspired you. I hope that it gave you some ideas of what goals you could set for yourself. I hope that it gave you a little bit of push, maybe made you think or realize that, hey, maybe you're playing a little bit too safe, maybe you're playing a little bit too small, or you can do better. Don't be afraid to set goals for yourself. Don't be afraid to tell someone about your goals. It works. It's because of goal setting, it's because of accountability that we actually make intentional and strategic progress, and we actually make progress forward in life. So don't be afraid of that. Guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe. Help me to reach my 1,000 subscribers. And you can click the little bell button there as well. That will let you know every time I publish a new video. I'm preparing a lot of great content for 2019. It's always going to be useful to you and help you in different areas of your life. So with that said, all from me for today. Have an amazing day. Set yourself some nice goals for 2019, and I will see you on the next video.